What is up, guys? Mr. Merkle here, and today we're going to be drawing eyes. You can see my first attempt, my second attempt, and my third attempt, and you can see how I improved with just some simple shading. And today I will be talking about what pencils to use and the exact steps we will go through to draw a hyper-realistic eye. Okay, guys, so the materials that we are going to be using today are a 4B pencil. The graphite is very soft and easy to blend. And we have a normal Taekwondo yoga pencil, and we have a Stompy to shade everything, but you could also use a Q-tip. And finally, we have the cap of a glue stick to have as like a template for like his iris. Okay, guys, so you guys are gonna want to start off with a straight line across the paper and put your glue stick cap right in the middle and go ahead trace around it, and that will be the pupil of your eye. Also, make sure you stop the video anytime it gets ahead of you. It is in 2x speed to make it not as long. Now we're drawing the top of the eye, and so whenever you draw the top, make sure it cuts off a tiny bit of the actual pupil. And on the left side, you're going to want to draw a little bump that goes downward, and it'll connect with the bottom half of the eye. So you guys are going to want to draw a small rectangle in the upper half of the eye and a small circle and a big circle next to it. And this is going to be his pupil, and the pupil is going to be in the middle of the guideline that we drew earlier. And then you're going to want to draw another line under the bottom and the top. This is where we're going to draw their eyelashes for the eye. And now we're going to draw a mountain shape above his eye, about an inch above his eye. And the mountain peak is going to be on the right side of his eye, right above there. And this is just going to add some detail to the eye and make it look more realistic. And now we're going to cut off the curved line that we drew earlier, and we're going to erase the rest of the line because we're done with the guidelines. It's okay if we leave it inside the actual circle. I forget what it's called. I can't remember. Not iris. Anyways, now we're going to start drawing straight lines all around the inner circle and on the outer circle. And it might look bad now, but very soon we shade and it looks a lot better. Alright, guys, now you're going to want to grab your type B pencil and start very dark at the top and start shading down. And in between each of these lines, draw very lightly a little bit of shading, with this graphite pencil. It's a 4B is what I have here, but a 2B and a 3B would also work. And you're going to want to do that, just shade in between all of these lines on the lower half and the upper half. So once you guys have shaded with your pencil, you can pull out your Stompy or a Q-tip and just go crazy. Don't press down too hard, and don't shade it to where it looks like black. I shaded it a bit too much here, as you can tell later on, but just carefully go through and make sure to leave some white patches in the middle. I marked them all up on accident, but try to leave more light patches so it looks more realistic. On this next part, guys, you just gonna want to shade the actual eye. Now I shaded it way too much. It looks like he has like pink eye but black and white, so make sure not to do it as much as me. I think this would have been enough, but I went over it again and it looked really bad. So just make sure not to overdo it like I did. And yeah. just be careful with this step because it could ruin your whole eye. My eye wasn't ruined, but it did not turn out as it was intended to, and it didn't turn out as good as it would have if I didn't overshade it. Okay, guys, so whenever you do eyelashes, you go from each side and you just press down hard on your sharp tip of your pencil and just come up really fast. And around the middle of the eye, make sure it goes straight and then turns the other way, depending on which way it's facing. It makes it look more realistic. And then, so you draw your simple structures for your eyelashes, and then you go through and draw smaller ones and make them look more realistic by connecting them and like drawing them at more of like a slant, and it looks a lot better. Now we're gonna okay, guys, now we're gonna draw his eyebrow. So directly above the left side of his eye, you're going to want to draw the first diagonal line, and then you're gonna want to draw a diagonal line going up, and then it's gonna start going down again on the right side of his eye right here, and it's gonna go directly above that, and that's when it's gonna go down. And this is just the template right now. Before we draw hairs, and whenever you draw hairs, just do the same thing with the eyelashes. It's also good to it's also good to shade it in first with like small ones, and then you go back through with darker ones, and it gives the eyebrow more depth, and it gives it overall a better look. Okay, guys, so now you're gonna want to shade around the eyes on both sides and above it and all around the eyebrow, but not too heavy. I made it a bit too dark, I think, but don't press down as hard as me. And then you guys are gonna want to go back through after drawing all of your lines, and you guys are gonna want to go back through with a Stompy / Q-tip. I don't know what art materials you guys have, and then just make sure it's all shaded in because the line work doesn't look that great. And here I'm just making the darker lines darker, you know. Okay guys, so now we start with the bottom eyelashes here, and just do the same thing from the top, but a lot shorter. You just draw your foundation of your eyelashes, and then just draw thick lines to put in them. I guess I don't really know how to explain it. It's pretty late at night. Anyways, yeah, just keep on doing that until it looks real nice like hair, you know? Thank you guys for following along in this new video, how to draw an eye. I'm going to start posting, I think, 2 to 3 times a week. I'm sorry my upload schedule has been like all over the place, but now I'm going to be dedicated, hopefully making YouTube my full-time job one day in the near future. And always gotta say, guys, is if you like my content, please subscribe and hit the like button. It helps me out a lot. And only like 1% of people who watch my content is actually subscribed. So if you guys don't mind hitting the subscribe button, it really helps a lot. Thank you.